everyone! This week is the 27th week in Ordinary Time. Ordinary Time is green because we are growing in our understanding of Jesus and his teachings. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. The apostle said to the Lord, "Make our faith stronger." Jesus replied, "If you had faith no bigger than a tiny mustard seed, you could tell this mulberry tree to pull itself up, roots and all, and plant itself in the ocean. And it would. If your servant comes in from plowing or from taking care of the sheep, would you say, 'Welcome! Come in and have something to eat'? No, you wouldn't say that. You would say, 'Fix me something to eat. Get ready to serve me so I can have my meal. Then later on you can eat and drink.' Servants don't deserve special thanks for doing what they're supposed to do. And that's how it should be with you. When you've done all you should, then say, 'We are merely servants and we have simply done our duty.'" The Gospel of the Lord. This week's Gospel has two parts. The first part talks about faith. Faith is our connection to God. In the Gospel, Jesus says that if we have a tiny amount of faith, that we can tell a tree to pick itself up and plant itself in the ocean. Wow, what a strange thing to ask. Could a tiny amount of faith let us tell something else to happen? Maybe more useful than planting a tree in the ocean? Well, maybe we have seen this happen in our own lives. Perhaps even a tiny connection to God allows us to do things we would never imagine possible. But maybe we've noticed that surprising things can happen too. Just like how surprising it would be to pick up a tree and plant it in the ocean, we find that sometimes it's not the things we think that would happen due to our connection with God. We may meet people we don't expect. We may see something good come out of something bad. We may be surprised to see things turn out better than we expect. The second part talks about how a servant does their duty and does not expect special thanks. In those days, even if a servant worked hard all day, their master would still expect them to cook for them. Maybe things are different now, but we can still learn from the story. If we are God's servants, we finish doing one thing, and then we have to do another, and we may never be thanked. Working for God means bringing God's love to the world. Once we do that for one person, we find we can't stop, and we'll keep bringing God's love to other people. Will we be thanked? Maybe not by the people around us. They may not appreciate what we're doing. Will God thank us? It may not seem like it. We won't see that suddenly everything in the world is perfect and we can just relax. But being with God is the reward. So if we are doing God's work, God is rewarding us with his presence the whole time. Our life is better being with God. So how do the two parts of this week's gospel connect to each other? Our connection to God can bring amazing things, many times surprising. Doing what God asks means we'll never run out of things to do for God. Once we start, we can't stop. But rather than expecting to be thanked, we should realize that we are being thanked while we are doing the things for God. Being close to God is the reward. Even if our faith is small, it's still a reward to be close to God.